Hey kids, we're doing it a second time today, part two. We're jumping into it and we're going to see what we can get done in the code. So with that said, let's start up some music and let's write some code here. We were leaving off in this area right here where we were trying to get our, did we get anything in here? So it looks like our map array is not been loaded. Let's jump back up to this line right here. And for anybody joining in for the first time, we are continuing our work on our Dungeons & Dragons map editor. That's what we're doing. That's what we're working on. So can I jump in here now? I wanted to look at that. I want to zoom in on that. Here we go. So there's our data right there. So basically it's tabs separating different values. Looks like, it just occurred to me, I don't have any value here. I just have tabs there. Wonder if that's going to impact my data, rather. I'm trying to get two rooms. I'm expecting to get a 3x3 room. Each F represents a 5x5 square in the floor. And down here I'm expecting to get another room, a 4x4 room. So that's what I'm hoping to get. That's what I need to get out of this data right here. Let's follow into load data, see what's happening here. Okay. Process the lines. Let's go in here. Well, I think at the very least here, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to say line is equal to line.trim. Get rid of that R there. Our test data looks slightly different from the data we're loading in from the file outside, so I'm going to trim it here. And what do we get here? We basically get one empty string. Load new space. On new space, that's going to just increment the last column index and get the type. It's a big fat none. Let's set a breakpoint here, see if we ever hit this. We never hit that. Why is that? Generate a new one. I want to take a look at what the data looks like here. Let's construct a new one. The Hive of the Vampire Princess. Download the TSV map. Okay, there it is right there. Let's just click on it. Oh, they're uppercase Fs. That would make a difference. Okay. All right, there we go. I don't think we can restart this so the constant now takes an effect. It does not appear to do that, so maybe we'll come in here and we'll restart the test. See what kind of data we get this time. Should get that other breakpoint if that breakpoint's still out there. Here we go. All right, so now we're adding these spaces. That explains why we had no rooms before. X was outside the bounds of the array. Build map array. Last column index is 1. doesn't quite make sense to me. What's happening with this? It's my data format, I think, is the problem here. Let's go back and look at the data. Let's give this some better names here. Test. Nope, the data actually looks good to me. Map. Load. Let's make sure. 1, 2. 1, 2. There's the other tab there. These should all go out here. And our column index should be like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be out at 5 is what it looks like it should be at. Or is my problem on this line here? Is that my problem? I got an empty line at the end. Let's see if that fixes that. I think that's my problem. If it is, let's reintroduce the problem and get a fix for it. Yeah, I think we got past that problem. Let's do all rooms. Got one room. Got a 3x3 room right here. We did not get the second room though. Okay. Let's and I also said we want to fix this bug right here as well. So we want to say assert equal 1 all rooms dot count like that. So there should be one room out of that, and then all rooms of 0 dot width. We want to say assert equal. Should be 3 spaces wide and 3 spaces tall. Actually, let's change this up a bit. Let's make this 4. Like that. We're going to get that bug again. Let's see, where was it? It was in load data. Process lines. Here it is. So last column index is the problem because we're going down to the new line, and the line I just realized I think I introduced a bug in the other. Let's go find that. Yeah. I only want to trim the /r's off of this thing. That's all I want to trim, nothing else. Like that. That's all I want to do. Okay. Let's do. Oh wait, we still have to go find last column index. So now I want to use the rightmost column index right here, which we're collecting. Let's see where else we've got this. The width is going to be the rightmost column index. No, not doing that. Okay. And I think that's it. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. So that should fix that that bug right here, where we were not getting the great data there. Let's see what happens if we run this test. No, did not pass. What do we got? No rooms at all? All right. Let's go figure that out. By the way, we're live dog fooding CodeRushed inside of Visual Studio. All right. So let's look at test map. Or, I'm sorry, actually map.data. What kind of data do we have down in here? Nulls. Oh, there we go. So we got starting at column 3, row 1. We've got some flooring. So it's found the floor. So column 3, row 0, or sorry, row 1. Oh yeah, that makes sense because this first one's a 0 right up there. Okay. Back into the map again here. So column 3, row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That all makes sense. That's good. And then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that looks good. And 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So that data is all correct there. It looks like our the call to get all rooms is maybe the problem. Let's go see what's going on in get all rooms. Says we have 6 columns. Let's verify that. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Okay, I'm getting 5, but we're close. Column 0, room segments in the column. What do we got? We have nothing there. First one is empty. Second one is empty. I think that this is when we start to get them. There it is. So there's one potential room segment here. Starts at 1 and goes to 8. And it's in column 3. Okay. I think I know where we're not getting it. And the second one, did I blast through this already? I think I did. I blasted through the second one. Here we go. The third one goes from 1 to 5. Start row is 1 and end row is 5. Okay. So now, yeah, I think I know why we're not passing this test. It's inside find rooms. Okay, let's debug it again. Let's duplicate this test a second though. So I want to create a function called test room that takes in a room data and an expected room count, expected width, and an expected height. Like that. And then I just want to come in here like this. That's kind of what I'm looking at right there. And then what I want to do is come in here and I want to say test room. I'm going to pass in test map. We're going to pass in expected room count is 1, room test index is 0, and the test dimensions on that are 3 and 4. Width and height, like that. And let's do just a couple others in here. We're going to say Okay. Then we're going to call this one simple 3x4. Then I'm going to come down in here and I'm going to throw simple 3x4 in there. One room, index 0, 3x4. So this first one should pass and the second one should fail based on what I'm expecting this problem to be right here. Let's debug the test. Set a breakpoint on the second one, see if we pass the first one. Oh, we have a breakpoint here. Let's just run this. Okay, so we didn't hit our breakpoint yet. So get rooms, even with that one simple map array of 3, 4, and 5, failed. Why didn't you find that? Let's go back up here. All right, we'll set a breakpoint here. Hey kids, welcome. Here we go. Working through our parsing code to test the our map parser here. Get this thing working. So get all rooms. Here's my problem right in here. I think the problem's down in find rooms. Let's just assume that's the case. We'll get inside to find rooms. So we got room segments. We got 6 room segments here. And nothing in the first 3 columns. And then here we've got a segment that goes between 1 and 5 in column 3. In column 4, it goes between 1 and 5. And in column 5, it goes between 1 and 5. So that's good. We should be able to find that. Nothing going on there. Nothing still. We're going to pass through the first 3 columns here. Here we go. Here's our first one. All right, so if segment works with existing rooms, it does not. That would make sense. And here, this should return nothing. And now we're going to add the current line segment here because we don't have any other rooms to add this on. So this is the first one we've hit. Finish rooms should do nothing because I have no in progress rooms. Last line segments is equal to current line segments. Good. So now my last line segments is over here. And now here we have it again. We're going to go, if segment works in existing rooms, that should do nothing. Now here, this is what we should get. If we evaluate this, this does return a room. Okay, why aren't we adding it? Good. Height is 4 and width is 2. So at this point, that's correct. In progress rooms, added. Okay, good. Finished rooms. I gotta go step in. I gotta look inside. I didn't step into this. Oh, I see. That's when we go to found rooms. This might be the problem. The room is on the far right, and we're never adding it to found rooms. We might need something at the end of our for loop here. Yeah. I think the problem is not in this code, but it's right here. I think what I want to do is something like this. So I'm just going to bump up. I'm going to build that column up really far because we're just using this as a test to see if the right column in the last is less than that. And if it is, then we can add it. I think that's the code I'm missing right here. Something that looks like that. Let's try that. Let's get out of here. Set a breakpoint there. We're out. Found rooms is 0. In progress rooms is 1. Yeah, this is my problem. And I bet if I execute this line of code, found rooms is now to 1. Sweet. Okay. This could also explain the other bug that we had too. So, good. That one is good. That one passes. Now we go to this one. This one might pass as well. I'm just going to hit F10 on it. See what happens. I've just got a breakpoint there. Shift F11 to get out. Shift F11 to get out. Got one room. Oh, we were expecting... No, we weren't. This is one room. This is still good. What do we got here? Yep, good, good, good. All right, so that one's good. So both of this test now passes. What's going on over here? Let's run that. I'm looking for... Oh, I don't have any test code over here yet. Hold on. It's passing now because nothing's happening. So I want to say test room. Call this 2 rooms connected by vertical hallway. Like that. And so now we've got 2 rooms, and we're going to say we're looking for a 3 by 3 at index 0 and at index 1. We'll just do it again. We're going to look for a 4 by 4. Like that. Let's run it. Got a fail. Got a -3? That's a little crazy. Let's debug that. Rory's just reaching out. Can't make Tuesday. Not sure, buddy. If I can make any of those days. He's all suggesting alternate days. Let's see what happens. Okay. We got 2 rooms. Height is -3. How did I get a -3 height for this room? Start row and end row is my problem. It's like they're reversed. That's freaking weird. Let's take a look at that. Actually, hold on. Let's go look at what's going on in here. End row. Get bottom. The -3 is crazy wild right now. What's room 2? Height is 3, width is 2. That doesn't feel right at all. 3 and 2, is it incomplete? It's done, right? Let's look at the map array. Column 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. Column 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Column 4, 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's look at our room segments. Nothing. The first one goes from 2 to, it goes in column 2, starts at 7, ends at 10. Okay, that's down near the bottom. Is that right? Let's go look at that test data. Yeah, it's here. Okay. I think I want a breakpoint here to create the very first room. Breakpoint here. Let's run. Here we go. So we got our first room segment. That is in column 2. Starts at 7, ends at 10. Okay. So there's our first room. We're going to... No, we didn't get a room from that. Why not? This room segment is in column 2. Wait, last line segments are nothing, right? Sorry, I wanted breakpoint there. Okay, here we go. So now my room segment should be in column 3. Goes from 1 to 10. So in progress rooms we're adding. And so the room, let's look at the room. There's 2 segments. Segment 1 goes from start row 7 to end row 10. And goes from 1 to 10. All right, good. So now in this room, does it correctly get its height of 3 by now? Because I've got 2 different row segments. It does. So this room height is correct at this point. I still have to add support for breaking in here. And this might be the problem. I'll show you what I mean by that. So the idea is, I think what I've got is like, let's look at the test data. Test data looks like this right here, which is essentially this. This is what we're looking at right here. So that's the test data. And when I get to here, this two add up, but because, I'm sorry, that's not the problem. The problem is when I get here. When this is the case right here, let's go look at that code. Well, I added this break in here before when I was testing. I don't need that here, actually. But I do need to check to see so segment works with existing rooms. So the suggestion here is that if the segment, the code right now is saying if, and I might be looking at another kind of logic error here, not the one that we're trying to hunt down at the moment, but if the segment works with existing rooms, then the code basically says, let's continue. But there's a scenario, well, wait, this segment would answer false to that, because it wouldn't work with that. Then we would look in the last line segments, but we would never, if we continue, we would never, I'm not sure about this right here, move the current line segments over to the last line segments. Okay, here's where we have the 2 in one row. So that is equivalent to, we're here now, running down this path right here. And the first one should be a false. It should not work with existing rooms. Really? So what's the room segment? 144. In progress rooms. That feels false to me. We got a -3 right here at this point. This could be the problem. Segment works with existing rooms. Let's go look in one more time. Let's set next statement back up here. Let's go inside this. Okay. This room segment, we already added a segment, so to undo what we were looking at before, we need to remove that. Okay, so we kind of take a look at what's happening here. So analyze segment, room segment. So this segment here is coming in, starting at row 1, ending at row 4. And the room segments, room starts at 7 and ends at 10. So there's no way this segment position should come back with overlapping the room. But it says it does. So I think we've got a problem in the analyze segment. Let's go jump in there. Is adjacent. What's happening with is adjacent? Start row is 1. That's my compare room segment. 1 to 4. This is my start row is 1. My end row is 10. Hold on now. It is adjacent to the last segment. Hey, well, Bennett. Yeah, I guess it kicked you out of the stream. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was me stopping streaming. Thanks for welcoming. Well, thanks for coming back. Trying to figure this out here. I'm in the middle of stepping through the code to figure out why one segment says it's overlapping the other one. We've got an is adjacent is returning true. So basically we have two segments here. We have one segment that says I start at row 1 and go to end in row 10. And the next one over, in the next column over, says, well, I'm starting in row 1 and going to row 4. So basically, visually, we're comparing this with this. That's what we're doing right there. I wonder if I can copy these to the clipboard here. And come over here. Put these in here as a visual reminder. Look at that. Sweet. All right. So that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at this next to that. So we're saying, yes, it overlaps the last segment. Okay, fine. Is adjacent to is calling the room one, though. This should not be returning true. This is, I think, my problem bit right here. Is that yellow supposed to be an empty segment? No, the yellow is just to distinguish it from the other so we can visually say it. The yellow one is the one we are on right now. It's not an empty segment. It is just another column of Fs for floor. And so it's right next to this other one. And I'm just indicating it as it's the active one. So we're looking at that. So now is adjacent to, this is the problem. It cannot be adjacent to. This code is wrong. So let's go back in here and figure out what's going on here. So we're going to get the top, which is 7, and the bottom, which is 10. Okay. And am I comparing the wrong one? I'm comparing the wrong one, I think. Was that true or not? Yeah, it's this. I've got the wrong variable I'm passing in. It's not this one. It's this. This is what it should be. All right, let's get out of there. Let's go back into it again with the correct value being passed in. There we go. Outside room. Okay, that's cool. Now I don't think I need this visual indicator yet anymore. All right, and so now we're going to go here. Does not overlap the room. And so that means we're going to get out of here. We're returning false. Then we're going to get a room. Now what's going on here? Last line segments is nothing. Current line segments is also nothing. But I don't think that is the correct value that we want. I think the problem might be here. I think I want a breakpoint here. And I kind of want to back out of this whole thing. I want to go back in to find rooms here. Let's drill in again one more time. Let's do the run. Now here, what's in current line segments? Yeah. I think before we continue, we need this to execute that line of code right there. Oops, sorry, I'm clicking the button here on my Stream Deck with my keyboard. Just move that out of the way a little bit. That's kind of what I'm feeling we need to do. And then, if we run it, we should get to here. Now when we get to here, our last line segment should have a value in it. Good. It does. And it is column 4, 1 through 4. Is that right? We're looking at this one, but I really want that one. Because I want to add that to this room. I want to add these. This should be part of this. This should be part of this room because it's right next to it. Yeah, because I think, well, maybe let's make sure I'm looking at the data right. Yeah, and the room segment here is going to be another 4, 4, 4. Yeah, 5, 4, 1. Yeah, so this will work, but this is going to miss one of the, it's going to miss this part of it right here. It's going to give me a 3x3 room instead of a 3x4 room. Let's let it run and verify that that's actually what it's going to do. Found rooms. Room 1 is a 3x2. Yep. And room 2, I bet, is going to be, it's going to get the 4x4 on that. 3x4. Its height is 3x4. All right, I need to figure out how to well, I'm not doing this here. Let's change this up a little bit here. Oh, hold on. For this scenario, the first segment can't be fixed until after you finish building the room. I'm thinking add a copy of each segment as you go. At the end, make sure all the segments have the same top and bottom. Well, the problem is this, is that all the segments don't have the same top and bottom, right? This is, and we're in the creation of these two rooms, I've got to have one segment that's added to two different places. That's what I have to do. Let's kind of go back. Let's undo this here a second right here. Let's give this some thought. I am almost thinking we don't do anything here. I'm almost thinking we're just going to simply say add a segment to existing rooms. And we're not going to do anything on that. Boom. And then we're going to come in and say, hey, can we create something between the last line segment and the current room segment that we're looking at? Let's call this the current segment. That is not already the logic is get segment 1, create a room. Well, not really. Get segment 1, hold on to it. Right now the logic is get segment 1, hold on to it. Get segment 2, see if it matches, if it overlaps part of it, in which case create a room. I'll finish reading what you've got here. Get segment 2, add a copy to each room it matches. Update the room top and bottom. Repeat. Doesn't match rooms. Update existing rooms at top and bottom. You end with. Well, we could do something similar to that, but then the only thing is we'd have to go through and look at any rooms that have only one segment and delete them. So that might be another way to kind of break ourselves out of this quickly. My thoughts are the direction I'm headed now is add an existing room or get new. So it's going to see if it fits in an existing room, and if it doesn't, it's going to create a new room and pass it back. That's what I think I'm doing. Let's go inside of here and try it. You just said you're not creating a room, just holding on to it, so the logic will be broken. Well, I'm not creating it on the first segment. I'm only doing it when I've got 2. But I could create it as soon as I get any segment is what I could do. The problem is that let's see. If I get any segment, I immediately create a room. If If I get any things that fit overlap, I just add it. That's simpler logic, it is, to be fair. And then I go through all my rooms at the end, see if anything is only one wide, and I delete it. That's feeling like smarter logic to me. It's almost like, yeah, let's kind of rewrite this. Let me undo this a little bit, what I'm doing here. Kind of get it back to where we were. I'm going to comment it out. That's what we had. All right. Yeah. I almost want to take all of this. How much? Let's just copy this. Get rid of it. Find rooms 2. So find rooms version 2. Let's see what we have here. All column segments. These are the column segments right here. And yeah, here's the problem, Will, is that in this example here, if we get to this, we would add this to this room. And now we get here, we have nothing to add it to, even though it potentially adds to the previous column piece, right? The whole last line segments, when we get why you add a copy of this segment. Okay, but then we have to start a new room. For every segment, we have to create both a new room and add it to anything existing. That's what we have to do. So any segment automatically creates a new potential room. Oh no, but then the problem is, then this room, these will be added to this room, and this will be added to this room, as well as that room and this room. You can't add the segment because you need to adjust the top and bottom. So you're saying make a copy of the segment, adjust it so it fits, boom, but also make a copy of it, add it to a new room. Yeah, that still means that we're going to be adding rooms here. That means that when we check here to see if it fits in any other rooms, we'll have to check it, and it'll fit on 3 prior rooms, or at the very least 2. The room that starts here, and also the secondary room that starts here, which we added this as a copy to. So yeah, I feel like that's not going to work either. I feel like I kind of go back, I want to go back in the direction I was headed, again, is what I want to do on this. It would be one room. The problem is this, look, as we come in, as we grab the data, this one we get, we store in a room. This one we get, we add to this. It's part of the same room. Now what happens when we get here? We need to get access to this one and add it to it, right, is what we need to do. I can't think of a way to make the logic work for this that doesn't then result in a whole bunch of extra problems later with more code that now I've got to prioritize which room I add this to, right? In other words, I can't add one to 2 different rooms. I think part of the problem is it feels like there should be a simpler solution to this, and I think there is one. I'm overcomplicating it. Yeah, I think I'm not. However, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing this clearly enough to know for sure. But I do feel that this scenario is a tricky scenario. This scenario here that we're looking at, this one's tricky. This one in the middle. When you have a segment, just compare to existing rooms. If it overlaps, add a copy to the rooms. Okay, But now the problem I have, we still have the problem here. Well, this is the problem. Let me show you this one piece at a time so you can see, so you see what I'm saying. So we're going to spell out that logic. Oops. One piece at a time here. All right. So I don't think I need the numbers really for this. Okay. So step one is we grab that. Step two is we're now looking at this one. And I'll make this one active so you can see which, whoops, that's not what I want to do. So that's the active one right there. That's the active one. Step three is this. Step four is this, right here, where this one, that's what we're looking at right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Here's the problem. If we add this to this room, okay, then what do we add this to? Right? It doesn't match the previous room. We want to add this to this is what we want to do. That's what we want to do. Is it just now suddenly becoming easier for me to see this? Hold on a second. When you have a segment, you just compare to existing rooms that overlaps, add a copy to the rooms. So if you add a copy, so you still have the prior segment. Well, kind of. The problem is it's more complicated than that because my prior segment isn't just a prior segment, it's potentially a column of prior segments. Right? There could be several of these in the prior column, like this. So I kind of have to keep the whole prior column when I'm evaluating this piece right here. And which one does it go to? So the question is, does it fit any additional rooms? Add it to it. Next, does it fit any previous elements in the column? Then create a room. Is it just that easy right there? You only need to keep two segments, the current and the prior. No, it's not true. Well, these are segments. I need to keep a column of segments, right? A column of segments, which is what I'm doing. The code's kind of seems to be currently doing this. I am saying current line segments, add room segment. Oh, I'm not doing it. Hold on. I'm not doing it here. In progress rooms added. So here's the thing that's kind of interesting. I'm selectively adding to here, and I don't think this else is making sense. And I'm almost thinking it needs to be here. Right there. Current line segments add no matter what. Then they, no matter what, do they get to the other one or not? If add segment to existing room, this I think still is now looking like this. It doesn't matter. The only problem is here. Hold on. Add segment to existing rooms. Let's look at the logic here. If we can add it to existing rooms, no, we cannot. The last line segments, room segment, then we get that. That looks like that has a chance of working. This code here should catch this right here, along with this change. Add segment to existing rooms. So now the only question is, okay, if we can add this to an existing room, then we should not do this line of code here. This is feeling closer. All right, let's see what we get now. Let's see. Let's go in our test. Let's debug our test. Let's see what we got. Okay, Will Bennett says, okay, yeah, right. I hate it when we don't agree, Will. I'm like, that is not good. Chances are, it's my bad. All right, what do we got? Test room. Let's see what we get. We get some nasty stuff in here. What do we get? Build map array. Why do I have a breakpoint here? I don't know why. I don't think I need it here. Let's get out of there. See what rooms, how many rooms we get. Okay, we're calling find rooms. What do we get? Let's just jump to the end. We got 2 rooms. In the in-progress rooms, nothing in found yet. Let's see what happens now. 2 rooms. 3 by 3, that's one of them. 3 by 4, this one's wrong in terms of its height, I think. I think the height on the second room is wrong. Whoops. So yeah, the height, it was wrong on that second one. I did agree with you, your last point about multiple prior segments. At first I thought you were talking about all prior segments. Yeah, no, that's probably my bad in terms of explaining that. Okay, let's see. What is our data like here? Is it... That is a 4 by 4 room. Clearly. Is it because of this? Let's see what happens if I add another line to it. And see if that's any better. Let's run the test now. Does it need an empty line at the end? It did. That's surprising. Okay, so let's figure out why. Let's undo that and make this work anyway with it. Set my breakpoint here. I should probably can drill. Yeah, no, I'll set the breakpoint there. And then we'll... Whoops. I didn't want to run. Can I stop it in time? No. Stop debugging. All right, now let's go debug this test. So what's going on here? Is the map data right? Is the map array right? It's not right. No, wait, hold on. No, it is. It goes to 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 4 high. Row 10. And column 5, row 9, and column 5. Yeah. All right. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. The room segments. How do these look? I've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Is it just my height calculation is off by 1? No, but it's only off by 1 if we don't have that extra line at the end. Something's different about my room segments. If you view the array in the debug visualizer, will it show 2D grid instead? No. I know. Wouldn't that be awesome? I totally want that. It does not. Well, actually, maybe when you say debug visualizer, you may be not talking about CodeRushed. I'm slightly out of the space where I can use that data. Okay. I think the problem is in the map array. I think the map array is different. So here it's 6 by 11. And I don't have a way to actually open this up and view it in any kind of visualizer. So I'd have to create my own. 6 by 11. What happens if we add another line to the end? What's the map array looking like? Let's create a new test for that. Try from the watch window? Okay. I just stopped it, so this map array. Should be an icon for the debug visualizer. Yeah, we can take a look at it. When I get back in there, I'll bring it up. All right, so here we go. So I'm looking for map array is a two-dimensional array of so get length on dimension 0. So we said 6 by 11 for this is what we were talking about, I think. See if that looks right to us. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then up here is 11. So I'm not getting, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be 5. I don't have anything extra. Should be 5 by 11. Well, I think this test is going to fail. Let's run it. Space at the start of the line. Expected 5, but was 6. So my map array is too big. That's what it looks like. No, the space is okay, because the space could also be, there's no space here. It's actually just a tab. But I could have an F there, and it should be no different. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should count as 5 long. So let's figure out why our map array is not matching it. Just to verify, we'll run it one more time. I'm sure we're going to get the same error. Yeah. Okay. Get like the one is 11. Does 11 make sense? What if the first line is empty? Maybe I should count that as really wanting it to be 10. All right, let's worry about that in a second. Let's go in and figure out why my length of that first element of the array is wrong. Hold on. We calling on new space 1 too many times? So we split it up with it. the tabs. One, two, three, yeah, four. So there should be 5 inside of here. All right, hold on. We need a simpler test. Let's create a test function to help us out here. All right. All right, let's just try this. Let's try again so we can get in there. It was 6. All right. Set a breakpoint here and see what happens. All right, so here we go. Spaces. Got 5. Load new space. On new space. Last column index is 0, right? Or what is it, 0? Rightmost column index is now equal to 1. Is that fair to say? Is my last column index, is it just, it's not really the last column index. Yeah. So here we're at the very first one and we're putting it in at last column index. Well, I think we could fix this by doing this, taking on new space and putting it at the end. I don't like that. I actually don't like that at all. I like the value to store to represent what's going on. Why? Last column index is -1 on new line. I think I got to do this. That's what I think I have to do. I think that fixes problem 1. Let's see if that does. Let's go back to my room tests. See if that runs and is a 5 by 1. Okay, that's nice. Let's look at a couple things here. Let's do a couple changes here. Let's go. I still want that to be a 5 by 1. Let's see what we got here. I think that's going to fail. Okay, what do we get? It was 3. So the question is, split lines. Do I want to remove empty lines at the very beginning and at the very end? And I think the answer is I absolutely do. So now, whoops. I want to do this, sorry. I can't think of a great fast way to do this, so I think I'm going to have to do something like this. Oh, we just do this. There's normal white space, lines of I. What you got? No, that's not going to work because I don't want to take out. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that, Coding Gorilla, and Will. I can't because empty lines in the middle are significant. But empty lines at the top and bottom are the ones I want to remove. So I'm pretty sure I have no other way to do it other than to go through, scan the top first set, scan the ending, figure out how many lines I've got to remove, and then take those out. So I'm thinking something along the lines like this. So start lines to skip, and then ending lines to skip. And so I'm going to count these first, and then I'm going to copy over what's left, is what I'm going to do. So I've got something like this. So if it's null or white space, we're going to go like this. Otherwise, we're going to break. That's my thought. By the way, Coding Gorilla, glad you're with us. You're the next person I'm doing a fanfare for, Coding Gorilla, after Genescu 7. End lines to skip. So then we've got a copy here, paste, and then I want to reverse this. I don't have reverse for loop. Hate that. This -1. I is greater than or equal to 0. I minus minus. You got to skip while? What's skip while? Okay. So now I want to say end lines to skip is this. Okay. So that should tell us how many lines we need to skip. Then we need to do, we got to, total lines to skip is equal to start lines to skip plus end lines to skip. And then if total lines to skip is equal to 0, then we're going to simply just return lines. Otherwise, we're going to create a new string array of lines.count.length, sorry. You got to take until? I've not learned about these yet. What do we got? Take until I'm more link. Okay, I'm with you. So, the code's going to look maybe something like this. Skip while. And then take while. It's not. And then that's our end result. And then we want to say, what, a to array? And that's it. Do we agree? The trick is that with that is to know when to stop taking. Is null or white space? Yeah, I think I got that, don't I? Oh, sorry, you're right. Did not grab that. Let's get that. Thanks, Will. That won't work because what if there's an empty line in the middle of the file? No, doesn't. I think it does work. Skip while it's empty at the beginning. And then that gives me everything after it, right? And then take while. I think that's going to work. You know what? Let's do this. Let's just see what it looks like. Let's just see what happens when we get in here. I can always undo it and put my other code back. All right, let's go back to where we were. Run it one more time. Coding Gorilla is correct, but this taking stops at line 5 if it's empty, even if 7. Wait, it does? Oh, it's this one. Oh, you're right. You're right. I get it. You're right. That's not going to work. So I undo and put my code back? Maybe that's what I do. I feel like we got close. Here. We're kind of down to here is where we are here. What's my problem here? Let's just hit it. There I return the lines. Otherwise, so I'm going to say this minus total lines to skip. And for now, I'll just say this. Count backwards to get your end lines. You combine that with the skip while, take while. Okay, what's going on here? Start lines to skip. Why do I have... I'm going to hit F10, see what happens. What's my error? Int and string. Oh, sorry. I appreciate you guys encouraging me to get this right using link. Okay, that should solve all those problems. Okay, let's just see what happens here. Maybe we'll figure out what the right code is here. So wait, lines. What's our call stack? I was expecting to see some carriage returns in here. Sorry, we're on this one. We want to get over here. Okay, now we're here. Now let's see what we got. Okay. And I haven't done anything copying over yet, so I need to do that. Skip one line at the beginning, good. Skip one line at the end. 2. So our length is 3 minus 1. There we go. So the length is good. So now we just need to copy over, which I don't have any idea how to do. Is there a copy? I'm looking for something. Hold on. You think it is skip while, take until. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. You're saying calculate the end index is what you're suggesting, which we kind of have right now. So we've got the last index essentially by figuring out end lines to skip. Skip while, it's null or white space. And then take, that's what we're going to need to do. All right, hold on. Let's get lines in here. Lines dot skip while, take until. What's my problem here? No, it's not take until, it's take while, isn't it? Yeah. It's take while. And index is less than or equal to the end index. Then we're going to say end index end index is equal to lines.length minus end lines to skip. Minus 1, I think is what it is. Whoops. Oops, I got a copy 2 in here I don't need. What? I think it's because end index is used here, and instead in continue, also I need to do a to array. So this should be the result, like that. All right, I'm willing to try again on this. I kind of think, though, here's kind of where I want to play with. This is what I'm thinking the code looks like. Kill that. Do that. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Okay. And let's go back to our test case. Let's put this one up in front. All right, what do we got? We have 2. You should use live share.
Dude, check out the chat room.
Yeah, I see end index is 1. But that's correct. That's the end index. The problem is that this index right here, we need to count the number of lines we're skipping, because this index is going to be is the index out of what comes back from the skip while, right? That's the problem. So we need to count the beginning lines as well, so we can figure out what to offset this by. Do you guys agree? No, it's not. I disagree. This is not the solution to change that. It depends on the leading white spaces. There you go. Okay, well, there's an agreement of that. So yeah, the code I don't think there's an efficient way to write this code. All right, so let's come in and we're going to do this one more time. And start lines to skip is that. We need to go forwards, though. That and start lines to skip. So we're going to count those. We're going to get both of those. Then my end index is equal to that minus 1. Now I'm pretty sure it's going to work.
Mark.
Yeah. You can do the take while first to get the count. Surly Deb with almost 20. Then do the skip. I think you're saying the take while to get me I think you're just saying to get me the count is what I think you're saying. I think you're saying get rid of this code and change it to something like this. End lines to skip, whoops, not there. Start lines to skip is equal to lines dot skip while string is that dot count or length. What do I got? I got a to array it or something to list and then do length. Can I get, is there any other way? I'm not sure. Count, there we go. I think you're saying I can do this instead. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm not following you, Will, because I've got my take while. I thought you were suggesting to do the take while there. Let's see if I can edit and continue this. Looks like I can. And do we get 1 here for start line skip? What? It's 2. Oh, the problem here is that, no, skip, whoops. This should have been take while, not skip while. Let's try again. Now is it 1? It's 1 now. Yeah, so I think this is what you're suggesting, right? Just to simplify so I don't have so many lines of code. And then my end index is equal to 0 now, which means my result is that. So it looks like it's working now. You tell me, wait, I got code that's working, you tell me to change it? Then do result is new line skip while to array to remove the front. Wait. Take while, but what's the filter in the take while? I don't get that. With the end lines removed. I think you're talking about, no. I'm so busy typing to look at your code. Okay, if you're happy, I'm happy. This looks like this is working. All right, let's clear that breakpoint. Let's go, let's look at what tests we got in here. Let's run everything and see where we are. All right, our simple 3x4 is failing. What else? What else is failing? Yeah. Simple 3x4. This is the one I think we want to step into. And what's this? This is coming back now. 10. Let's see. Is that true now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually should be 10 now. So I'm going to change that. And we're going to drill into this and see why this is coming back. That should definitely be a 3x4. And we're coming back. Expected 4 was 3. So it's coming back at 3 by 3. All right, let's debug it. Oops, F11ing it here. Let's F10 it. Instead, what's my map array look like? It is a 5 by 4 array. These are definitely 4 high. I can see them right here. So definitely 3 by 4 there. And so at this point, if I F10 this, I think the room is wrong. Height is 3, width is 3. Yeah, so get all rooms is wrong. All right, what do we have here? Room segments, 5 of them. Let's look at each one. Nothing here and here, and then we have these all correspond different the columns. And this start row is 0, end row is 3. That looks correct. Okay, we've just added this segment to it. And that's in our in-progress room. Height says it's 3. Start row, end row. I think height may just simply be incorrectly calculated on room. Let's go see what that height, how it's calculating it. Yeah, this is a +1. I'm pretty sure that's my problem. Let's see what happens now if we get out of here. Expected 4, but was 5. Who's passing that in? Okay, so we have a new bug is what it looks like. This one is, I'm contending the change we just made is good and correct. Let's see what happens when we run all of it with that one change we just made. Let's run all the tests. Lines.take, lines.count minus n to skip, skip while to array. Nice. I think you got to be lower, Surly Dev, for the SWAT to work. Thanks for that, Will. I like that. This one failed. Okay, the problem is if there's anything else down here, we seem to be adding, incrementing. If there's anything below it, I think we're adding to the line count of that room. So that means we're setting the end row, most likely, all right, I think we need some tests, low-level tests for the rooms themselves. So we're going to say this is going to be a start row of 2. So let's do this. 2, 4, 0. All right. So at this point, we should have the room.width. Do I need to do anything else in terms of analyze segments? No, I don't think so. I think that's all I need to do. And everything else that we need to test here is going to work. So now we want to say assert equal. My width should be 4. And my height should be 4 as well. No, 2. No, 3. Because I'm starting at 2, ending at 4. So that should be the case there. Let's see what we get when we run this test. No test found. It's like I'm doing it just a little bit too fast for the test runner here. Is that what it is? There we go. So that passes. Okay. I understand why this is causing a problem here. Or sorry, rather this. Well, it's the first one. We can try that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long, and the other 2 are 4 long. And what column are we starting at? Let's go ahead and duplicate this. 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So at column 2, we have a segment that starts at, let's just take this whole thing. So column 2, we have a segment that starts at 0 and, starts at 0 and ends at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6. Then we have in the next one goes from 0 to 1, 2, 3. And that's in column 3. And then over here we have going from 0 to 3 as well. And that's in 4. So the room width should be 3. And the room height should be 4. Let's see what happens with this test. Okay. So what is it about the data, parsing the data, that the room Pudding says we're back online. Hello, Mark. Hello, Pudding. How you doing, buddy? Glad to have you back. Okay. Well, that seems to be correct. Why is the room data getting corrupted? It seems like, at least that's what it seems like, it's getting corrupted. Let's go back over here. Just double check it. We'll run the test. The simple 3x4 works. The one room hallway on bottom left does not. Yeah. All right, let's debug it and step into it and see what's going on. Is my map data good? Yep, I see 3x4 there. I do. Whoa, did I get out of get all rooms already? Height is 5. Height is 5. Height is absolutely wrong. Wait, did I? Hold on. Let's go calculate this. I want to put a breakpoint in height right here at this point and see what's going on with the room. I think I'm going to get it here. End row is 4. Start row is 0. Why is the end? Let's look at my segments here. 3 segments. Goes from 2 to 6. Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me look at that again. Goes from 0 to 6. 0 to 4. And 0 to 4. which is 5. We're coming back with 5. Hold on. The segments. Yeah, it's too tall. All the segments 0 to 6, 0 to 4. My end row on the segment is at 4. So the segments that we're adding to here I jump to here. Never seen that actually work. Now let's do it. Try one more time. Here comes segment 1 coming in. It goes from 0 to 6. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is correct. So the first one is right. Next segment's coming in. 0 to 4. This one is wrong. Right? This comes in 0, 1, 2, 3. It should be 3. So what's my call stack? Where am I coming from? Compare room segment. Hold on, I don't understand this. There it is, 0 to 4. So this room segment is wrong. Column segments, all room segments, which is passed in. Find segments in column. So I want a breakpoint here is now what I want to, where I want to be. I want to see what's going on here. Looks like we're in a different part of the code now. Hold on, let me break it. Come back over. Here's where I want to be. Right? No. Yes, here. It's two of me, temporarily. There's the fix. Okay. I think we got the breakpoint. All right, here comes the map array. So here we go. 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the first one going from 0 to 6. Next one is at 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this data is right coming in. 0, 1, 2, 3 again. That data is also correct. Okay. So the map array is good. Num rows. That's correct as well. Okay, we have nothing here the first time around. Oh, this is showing what column we want to go into. We want to worry about column 2. We don't care about this. Okay, here comes column 2. And run. And so now we found our first one. Column 2, row 0. And then we get out. So the question is here, num rows. I think this is correct. There's that one. Here's column 3. And so we come in here, and where do we end? We exit here. The row here is 4. I think this is my problem. This needs to be a -1. That makes me happier. I think we're in better shape. Okay, summary 1 passed. Let's go back and run all our tests. What do we get this time? Nice. All our tests passed. Okay. Yeah, down to that off by 1 error, huh, kids? Okay. So all tests are passing now. And that means these tests too, right? That I get a... This is just the map array. Wait, where's the one right here? Here we go. So cool. Now, with these two, I'm getting a 3 by 3 and a 4 by 4. Cool. Can I run the app? I haven't tried running the app yet. We're opening up the Borrow of Elemental Horror. What do we got? How bad or good is it? Oh, it looks really good. Look at that. Let's increase the contrast on the room indicator. Since that's touching the background here. Do that. Let's run it again. Looks like we don't see the top one right here. It's cropped a bit. That's kind of a WPF thing right here. Wait, we got the X-rated CodeRushed show. There's no X-rated show. Is this a roguelike map? Yeah. I don't know. It's a map I generated. There should be an X-rated show. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that, kids. I am not that. That's not the show I'm bringing to you. This is our family-friendly show. Okay, so now we know the rooms. And I think we found them all. Do we have that still up? Looks like I don't have that page up. Or maybe I do. Wait, is it over here? The Hive of the Vampire. How many rooms? 37. And we didn't count all of these. Does that look like 37 rooms? Is it the same one? These are not the same. Hive of the Vampire Princess. Definitely not the same room. Let's go see what's going on with that. Oh yeah, because I'm opening up a different one. Did I even save the Hive of the Vampire Princess? I may not have done that. Wait, so you made it like procedurally or just hard-coded it? Looks like 20. The one on the right has lots of small ones. Yeah. I made this. This I didn't hard-code. This is, I'm using Don John map generator. Then I'm downloading the TSV file. And then I'm loading that TSV. So, Hive of the Vampire Princess. I've already got it out here. I just haven't specified the text name for it. So let's go ahead and grab this. Hit escape. I don't need to download it again. Okay. Now, oh, what's that? Okay. There we go. Let's run it again. Now, does this look the same as this? There you go. That's the same. Map count on here, the room count on here is, whoa, 33. At least I see a room 33 right in here. Let's count, make sure our room count is the same as theirs. Set a breakpoint here and show rooms. Restart it. What's our room count? 37. Do they have 37? They got 37, kids. Nice. Yeah, there I can.
Awesome!
Yeah, not bad. There's 37 right over there. Right next to my finger there. Remember 37. Okay. Yeah, that is awesome. Nice. Yeah. The only thing is I do not get why they look like they appear to be randomly generating these room numbers. I do not see any sense to the order in which these rooms are numbered. Which makes our job a little harder if we want to use this data. But we gotta, then my next step is I want to take this. Can I select it? Looks like I can. I want to copy it, and then I want to paste it into our app. I want to grab from here to here, and then copy and paste. What's that going to look like? So corridors, we could randomly reassign the corridors, and we would need to identify the corridors, but we can use similar work to what we've already done. Wandering monsters, we could randomly place these as well. Have to go to the gym. Have a great afternoon stream, guys. See you, buddy. Can you paste the URL? Yeah, you bet. I can't paste the exact one we created. They don't have that ability, but it's essentially that, or something close to that is going to get you the generator. Are you feeling like do an inspect and see if there are any clues in the HTML? Because it looks like no, at least not here. And what do we got down here? I dig procedural stuffs. Quit reading my mind. That's so invasive. What's bye-bye? Bye-bye? It's bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, don't read Will's mind. Okay. So wandering monsters. Yeah, these look like they're just randomly tossed out here. Where? I want to see a wandering monster. Why are we using numbers 1 through 6 when we're also using them for the rooms? Where is the wandering monster? Someone has scrawled a basic map of the dungeon here where there's an eye. I saw 2 eyes out here. One here. And one here. Yeah, they're just... Oh, it'd be so nice if this other data was given to us, because I love everything else about this. Okay. What was the data looking like over here when we came in here? Room 1. Room 2. Room 4, acid arrow trap. Yeah, it doesn't even show it inside where that is. So it's just somewhere in the room. Okay. I'm going to raid you guys over. We will send you over to Michael Jolly. Say hi to him, kids. And we'll see you on Tuesday.